Hannah's mother was an avid baker, and a good one at that. There would always be cakes and cookies and all types of delectable southern sweets in the fridge and the cupboards, tempting, if not calling out, to be devoured. Frostings and glazes, creamy and crisp, the lushness of butter covering the tongue, or the snap of a wafer slightly gritty to the teeth, sugar and vanilla, cinnamon and nutmeg, lemon, orange, hazelnut, chocolate, wafting through crevices, floating under doors. Who can resist such glorious temptations? But that was the test of willpower, and more importantly, obedience. Even a sliver gone was noticed. In fact, it was calculated, measured, and each part subtracted from the sum of the whole, and with every morsel unaccounted for, shame and regret. It was sadistic. It was control. It was devastating. It was merely an extreme version of what many people go through with food every day. Hannah was raised basically in the middle of nowhere. She lived with her mother and father and a brother who was 3 years younger than she. Her mother was stricken with some kind of mental illness, though never defined. She was filled with anxiety, narcissism, and terrific mood swings. And though it wasn't easy to label, she also had eating disorders and a distorted perception of her body. Her body defined her. Whether that was a direct consequence of mental illness is not clear, but what is clear is that mental illness, body image, and food were twisted into some warped, vicious battle, and Hannah was an extension of that in her mother's eyes. It eventually became an extension in Hannah's own eyes as well. There really was no escape. Hannah was not a fat kid, perhaps a bit plump. To her mother, though, she reflected fat, and fat was just about the worst thing one could be. The irony was that her mother, a born Southerner who cooked like the Southern best, would do so as a regular course. It would have been difficult not to develop a sweet tooth in that house, as everything that filled the shelves was designed to do just that, and to be a trap. It was the regular practice of Hannah's mother to count every item, weigh and measure. Each day she would set about measuring the cake. It was a ritual. She knew the precise amount that had been there the day before, and the precise amount that had been removed. And if there had been any removed, Hannah experienced her wrath.